the younger you are, the less you think about consequences.
Yeah.
And the more prone you are just to act or react to things instead of, thinking things through or stuff like that. So in this case, that's actually a bonus for him because you went and saved these kids. I couldn't imagine doing something like that, running after. I can actually envision this in my head, him chasing the fucking bouncy castle, 50 feet in the air, grabbing those kids, and just that's a fucking hero, dude.
First off, I couldn't climb the rope.
I don't have the upper body strength. You see these arms? Look, Periscope. I am not a strong man.
Me neither. That's it. That's all I got.
Not much going on for either of us. Upper body strength was not my strong suit.
So I couldn't climb the rope, but I have seen a bouncy house at the beach go off. There's no kids in it.
Yeah.
And it just started tumbling toward the ocean.
Yeah.
No, it started. Yeah. No, because it was a Santa Ana's. So it was an offshore, and that thing wasn't tied down, and it started going. But once it pulled from the fan, it started to deflate. So it went down. But it was an experience that I experienced, and it was experiencing.
Yeah. So again, I don't have the strength to do it. But that's the other side of it. Is sometimes adrenaline does things to humans' bodies. Like I've heard stories about moms lifting cars off their or babies or whatever, rescue them, which is incredible. But I don't know if I could do anything like that, let alone my physical strength. But self-preservation would probably kick in. But if it was my kid, I don't have any kids. But if I did, maybe that would be a different story.
Yeah, no, it would be. It would be a different story. And again, when the situation presents itself, you will be amazed at what you're able to do.
Well, the only time, and this is
not physical, but you'll be amazed. I'm not so much the leader, but I'm able to follow the direction, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I'm not going to get involved.
No, and that's kind of a thing.
Had Tony not been there,
you wouldn't have known what to do.
I don't know. I don't know what I would have done.
They probably cry in the.
We just got done smoking pot, man. I was instantly.
Just taken right out of that, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The high was gone.
Gone
in a heartbeat.
60 seconds.
Yeah.
Dude.
I can't even wrap my head around that. Really, that's amazing. But the only time and this doesn't even come close to what you were talking about. The only time I've ever done anything remotely heroic, and I got a lot of life to live still, so there's still time. But I don't put myself in dangerous situations. I mean, the side of the road thing, you didn't do that on purpose.
We weren't under the yeah.
But the only time I've ever done anything remotely, and there is a lot of time in my life that's kind of been fuzzy, so I don't really remember a whole lot because being under the influence for 15 years, to do that.
Fuzzy logic.
Fuzzy. But so we were at a buddy's barbecue. It was just my ex-girlfriend, and she was cooking out. And a buddy of mine, we're all sitting there, we're all enjoying our meals, and she has a pool in the backyard. And all of a sudden, she looks at me. She's like, "Is your friend okay?" And I look at him. I don't even look at him. I just wave my arm and I say, "Yeah, he's fine. Whatever." Because I'm busy talking to her, grilling dogs or whatever. And she says, "No, I think your friend's drowning." I'm just like, there's no fucking way he's drowning. Because he's a grown man.
Yeah.
And he never told me he couldn't swim when I invited him to the pool party.
Yes.
So, of course, all of us have had a couple pops at this point. We're all, a little lubricated with beer and whatever else we were doing. And I look over, I take my eyes away from the hot dogs, and sure enough, there he is, fucking floundering around in the water. I hand her the tongs. I take off my apron or whatever, my shirt. I jump in the pool. And this is a heads up to my friends in Finland or whoever else is watching on Periscope. I'm so stoked on this. I think we got
two.
We got two guys. Maybe it's a girl. Maybe a guy and a girl. What do they say? There they say.
Where?
Where? I think
they're talking
to each other. Yeah. So I jump in the pool and I grab them and I'm trying to lift them up. But if you've ever tried to save somebody that's drowning, self-preservation kicks in and they start pushing down on you to try to save themselves, not thinking, "Oh shit, I'm actually killing my friend."
Yeah.
So I finally grab him and I sit there and I talk to, or I yell at him, "Stop fucking struggling!" And I get up and I throw his arm over my shoulder, and luckily I had enough strength because I was in water, so the buoyancy kind of helped.
Yeah.
So I start kicking, I lift him up, and then I just fucking launch him over the side of the pool. And then I fucking punch him in the chest, and he spits up water. Because I didn't know CPR. I just knew maybe. Well, first of all, fuck you for making me jump in the water.
Yeah.
Not telling. Yeah, dick.
Nice.
Not telling me that you can't fucking swim. And then Yeah, and he's fine. That's the most heroic thing I've ever done.
That's fucking heroic.
You know, I used to have a huge resentment against the guy because he went on to like start plowing my ex, and like I still had like feelers out for her, and I was like, that motherfucker, I saved his life, and he bangs the chick I want to be with.
That dude's a dick.
No, I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, but still, you got it. This.
Oh.
You don't want to like. You just don't do that. It's not, not cool.
I don't know. People are young and they do things. And you know what?
Don't pick flowers from your own garden, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, the other side of that is, I've heard this a lot since I moved out here, is there's the goalie in hockey doesn't stop you from taking shots.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's coming from dudes that are fucking going to have a kid and it's going to be a girl.
You know what?
Not that there's anything wrong with having girls, but every guy I know that was a womanizing son of a bitch ended up having daughters, and I think that is what, if there is a higher power, which I believe there is saying, hey pal, you know, I have a sister and I had a mom, and I respect women.
You respect them so much, you stay away from them.
Basically, in a sense, but you know, I totally respect them. I've never been a womanizer.
Well, you know, it's funny that you say that. You know, somebody say that would have a girl. A mutual friend of ours who will remain nameless is the one who told me that, and he is having a girl.
There you go.
So, sorry if you're listening to this and you hear that. But he doesn't listen. He talks a lot, but he doesn't listen. So.
I like that.
You like that?
I do.
Yeah, next Santa Claus. All right. Well, jumping right along here, this is kind of an interesting thing that I also saw. Now, I'm going to need your expert opinion on this, being the expert in news and everything else that you are. Now, tell me if you believe this story, because this sounds a little far-fetched to me. So this is the headline. This is from CBS Detroit. I don't know if this is a local news station or if this is national. Obviously, it's local if it's CBS Detroit. But man uses raccoon to start breathalyzer-equipped car. Raccoon then attacks driver.
Yeah, that was in San Diego.
Yes, it was at Camp Pendleton.
Yeah, it was a soldier.
So this is where I kind of like have some doubts about the validity of this. So the only thing that they're going off of is this piece of paper that looks like to have what's the eye in the pyramid?
No, it's the all-seeing eye.
The all-seeing eye, right? So I don't know why an official police report or military police report would be.
That's just.
So it's got like coffee stains on it,
yes.
And then I think this CBS Detroit picked it up as a legit story without actually doing any fact finding. However, if this is a true story, this fucking guy is talk about fucking heroics. This guy is fucking my hero. All right, so check this out. This
guy is a fucking alcoholic.
Well, you know what? He can still be a hero. All right.
But I'm just saying.
Don't take that away from him.
I'm not taking him away.
All right, can I get to the story? Let me get to the story. All right, and then we'll fucking we'll motherfuck this dude once we get through the story.
He's a raccoon like a fucking.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell him because you know a little bit, but you know the guy.
I read the whole thing.
May not know what the fuck we're talking about. All right, September 15th, male Navy enlisted first-class petty officer exited a bar intoxicated in an attempt to drive a POV, which I later found out is a personally owned vehicle,
yes,
equipped with a breathalyzer interlock system, and I'll talk about that in a minute too. Suspect was too intoxicated to successfully start the vehicle, so he went into the park where he captured a raccoon rummaging in a trash receptacle. Individual utilized the raccoon to blow into the interlock system successfully, but the raccoon became unconscious from being squeezed and was discarded on the floorboard of the vehicle until a short time later when the raccoon regained consciousness and began to attack the suspect while driving, causing the vehicle to crash into a residential fence. The vehicle came to a complete stop in an in-ground fucking swimming pool. Fucking is my edit, not in the story. The suspect sustained numerous scratches and bite marks to the hand, face, stomach, and arms.
Okay. First off, you automatically know that this story was formulated in the East Coast because they use the term in-ground swimming pool. Only people on the East Coast use the term in-ground swimming pool because in the West,
I'm from the East Coast. I've never said in-ground swimming pool.
Everyone, I've known quite a few people that are from like Chicago, New York, like New Jersey,
maybe like city people.
Well, yeah, they call it an in-ground swimming pool because they have above-ground swimming pools.
Well, there's in-ground swimming pools on the East Coast, too.
Yeah, but there's. I think that's, from what I understand,
more rare.
That's a
it's
rare
the exception,
thing.
not the rule.
Yeah. So I've heard the term in-ground swimming pool, but it's always been from someone from the East Coast. I've never heard of a person that lives in California using that specific term. That's what I'm saying. So, do I believe it? I don't know. It sounds pretty hokey. Like, I'm picturing the poor raccoons like a bagpipe trying to blow into this thing.
Exactly. He just fucking manhandled this thing.
Squeeze it. Okay. And then it's like, okay, he captured the raccoon and squeezed it. And then when the raccoon regained consciousness, it attacked him. Are you like it wouldn't have attacked him before? What does it do?
Well, first of all,
here, kitty.
Have you ever done a breathalyzer?
Never.
Okay, I've done a few. I've also had the interlock on my car. You can't. I mean, unless he jammed the fucking thing. I mean, maybe he's got a different one than I've ever seen. Unless he jammed it down this fucking raccoon's throat, it wouldn't. I don't think it would work. And then
put your lips around it, don't you?
I would imagine you'd have to have some sort of suction, some sort of seal in order to do it. And now I'm just picturing, you know those things that you use at the fireplace?
Yes.
What are those called? Like a fire starter?
It's a blower, stoker.
Yeah, but the fucking accordion looking thing that you fucking pump.
Old school.
He's doing that with the raccoon to fucking get in the breathalyzer.
With the back legs. The poor thing.
This fucking
raccoon's holding on to the thing.
Would you be great is if he kept it as a pet now, and he just uses it when he gets really drunk. It's a fucking private first class Jimmy Dickhead and his buddy the raccoon. You start a cartoon.
And Ricky.
Yeah, and Ricky the raccoon. Yeah, fucking A. Oh, don't worry about him. That's just my mate. I use him when I get too drunk. It's great. I can get hammered all the time. I got fucking Ricky in the passenger seat. He's just happy with his fucking garbage.
That's right.
You know?
Give him a bag of garbage.
Yeah, he's like,
it's all good.
Yeah, you feed him a bag. You go to the bar, you dumpster dive a little bit, or you just throw the fucking raccoon in there, close the lid, lock it up, just like the one out here. Leave him in there for a couple hours. You go get your fucking drink on. You bring him out, pump him right up to the fucking intoxilizer or the interlock, whatever the fuck it's called, and you go about your fucking night. And hopefully you don't kill anybody or drive into another in-ground pool.
Yeah, like, come on. Okay. And if this seriously did happen, like if this really did happen, which, you know, fact is stranger than fiction a lot of times, that is like a totally amazing story. And it could probably be pretty simply looked up, you know, by going to the San Diego, this and that. But
I looked. I couldn't find anything other than this thing on iHeart Chaos and this thing in Detroit.
Yeah, so I'm thinking bunk. I'm thinking we'll find out that it's just a good story. You know?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. It's something fun to talk about. But I think we've hit our mark.
I do too.
Okay.
I'm going to try to figure out what those numbers up there on the top.
Like we said, we're still learning the fucking ins and outs of this thing.
Okay, well, we've talked, and it's been a good one. Hopefully, next week we'll have gone to see.
Oh, that's right, we did.
The Martian, and we'll be able to talk about that. I listened to the Untitled this week, and they talked about Seven Eves.
Okay. And that might be on my list. I actually, in that type of news, I finished Wool. I'm going to go on to the other ones, but I'm taking a break. I'm giving my brain a moment of rest, so I'm reading a Dan Brown book now, because this is pretty easy to read and get through. But, yeah, so we can talk about that. Hopefully we'll be able to see The Martian, which I'm actually pretty stoked on.
Me too.
Yeah, a fucking great book.
Ryan and Brian, I think I'm pretty sure they saw it Thursday night.
Cool. Well, we've got enough mics and we got the setup, but we're a little cramped here. So, whatever, it doesn't matter.
All right, well, Periscope. Down Periscope.
Periscope.
So, dive.
So next week we'll figure out how to actually get you guys so that if you're following our podcast, you can listen and watch on Periscope while we're live broadcasting.
Yeah, and you'll get to watch us tear everything down.
Yeah.
Okay, so, hey, Micah.
Hey.
I love you, dude, and this has been another wonderful podcast.
It has. Thank you, Spencer. I love you, too. All right, you're going to do a sign-off?
I'm going to say, Micah, big heart. Love you. This is Spencer signing off.
All right, this is Micah reminding you to either be good or be good at it.
Right on. I like that. Be good or be good at it. I like that. All right.
Hi, Periscope.
I know we can keep the Periscope rolling.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a log we can actually look and see what they've said this entire time.
It says enjoyed it.
Great, thanks. Follow us on Micah and Spencer podcast on Facebook. Micah and Spencer podcast on iTunes.